Hi there, happy Friday. Nope, sorry, Monday. Boy, is that a way to start the video there. Anyway, happy Monday. It's me, Kathy, with Be Creative with Kathy. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado, and I just want to show you some more of Stampin' Up's fantastic products and how to make a really cute card. So when I got this stamp set, I wanted to make some belated birthday cards because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I'm a little late sending out all my birthday wishes. And I saw Connie Stewart did a card that was a window card like this, and so I thought I would use this stamp set to create an idea. Now Connie's doesn't look anything like this, but I'll find her link if you need it, and I'll share her YouTube. You can watch her video. But let's go ahead and get started to make this cute window card. So the first thing we need is some designer series paper. Now this is playing with patterns, 6x6, and look at all the cute patterns in this designer series paper. There are just tons of them. So really any of these would work for this card idea. Let me find the pattern. I'm going to do the same one just because I have all the supplies cut for this pattern, if I can find it. Ha! Let's see. Must have went right. There it is. So I'm going to use this piece here. And I need a piece that is 3 7/8. Right, 3 7/8. And I'm going to cut that there. And hang on to this piece because we're going to need that piece to decorate the envelope. And then I need a piece that's, or the other to be 5 1/8. Same piece of paper. And then this will be the only thing left out of that 6x6 when we're done with our card. So if you're looking for dimensions on the cards, I have them all on my blog, Be Creative with Kathy. And you can see all the card measurements and colors and all that on my blog. We're going to take this designer series paper. This is, see, that's why I put it on my blog, Coastal Cabana cardstock. And I know this is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, but I'm only going to put adhesive along the edges of my designer series paper, and I'll show you why when we cut it out. Oops, sticky. That Stampin' Steel is sticky stuff, let me tell you. Okay, it's a thin border here. I'm going to lay that down on my cardstock. Whoop, nice and sealed, just around the edges. So then, with two, now these are the triangle stitched dies, and I'm going to get 2 of them. And you can, from this side, they're the 3rd smallest, I guess you would say, and the 4th smallest. And we're going to start with the bigger of the 2. So let me make sure I have the bigger one. Yep. Let's bring in, this is my platform for my die cut machine. I'm going to lay my paper on there. And then with the larger frame, I'm going to try to center that on my designer series paper. Does that look pretty good? Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then look, I even have a new cutting mat so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Now it's noisy, you have to bear with me, and it's over here at the side. And then because we're going through 2 sheets of paper, I'm going to run it back through. But then when you take that stitched rectangle die off of there, you have a nice window in your card with that cute stitched border. Now since I only put tape around the outside, then I still have a scrap of the teal that I can use and that designer series paper. Okay, so then next we're going to take our card base here. Wait, I want the mountain fold to be on the inside, so I'm going to put it this way. Try to do that simple. And once again, I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, or my die cutting machine. I don't even have a Big Shot anymore. And I'm going to lay this. Now this is my card base that's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to once again lay that piece and then bring in, this is the smaller of the 2 stitch rectangles. And I'm gonna lay that right in the center of that window like that. And that looks pretty good, like it's centered and straight and all that good stuff. Now I'm gonna run that through my die cut machine. And now we have a window through your card base. Now hang on to this rectangle because we're going to need this when we punch some balloons. Let's fold our card base in half. I like to use my bone folder so you get that nice crisp edge on your card, like that. Okay, so now I have a piece of Whisper White. This too is also 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I'm going to just take and tape this to the inside of my card. Like so. Okay, so now when I color my stamps with my markers, I like to use my Stamparatus. That way, if I don't get it exactly where I want it, I can color again and again. So I'm going to set my card base with my white in there and put my magnets toward the side just so my paper doesn't move. It's all set up now. Because my stamps are red rubber, I don't need the mat that comes with the Stamparatus. I just need it on the flat base. And I'm gonna, before I put my magnets on there, one of them, because I want to make sure this is flat, I'm gonna put my stamp in that window. Let's see, how does that look? So it's lined up perfect. I think it needs to go that way a little bit, where I want it. There, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, then I'm gonna close the door here, I guess you'll call it, and lift that up. Now let me put that magnet on there so my paper doesn't move. Then I'm gonna bring in, now these are 3 colors that's in my designer series paper. There's Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana, and I think this is Purple Posy. Yep, and I'm gonna start with my lightest color. I'm gonna use the brush tip on my marker, and I'm gonna just color that part of the stamp that I want lightest. And I want the little bit late. That's not exactly what it says, but something like that. And I'm gonna ink that up first. A little bit of Darth Vader on there, and then stamp that down. A little bit of pressure, and then there you go. Now, I want it a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go back in there again with my marker. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I was a little bit on the other parts of the stamp with a marker, but since I started with the lightest color, it works out fine. I don't need to worry about that. So then the next color is the Coastal Cabana, and that's my next darkest color. I'm gonna be a little carefuler, I guess is a word this time, to make sure I only get the happy and don't get this marker on the middle part of my sentiment. I'm gonna color the happy with the Coastal Cabana. And then put that down again, make sure I did. Now I want just a little bit more ink on there, so I'm going to go over it again. Now I love the technique of coloring the stamp with the Stampin' Write markers, and now remember that this is the Stampin' Write marker and not the blend. The blends markers will not work this way. It will just color your stamp like a permanent marker. You need to use the Stampin' Write marker, which is more like an ink pad, to do this technique. If you huff on it a little bit, that moistens the ink and lets it, there, now I'm happy and happy, haha, funny. Then we're gonna go on with the Night of Navy to the birthday, and using the side of my marker, of the brush tip marker, I'm gonna be careful I don't get the inside or the little bit late part of my stamp and just the birthday. Color the birthday, set that down. Okay, now I think my B's a little light. I want to put a little bit more ink on there. One more time, see how that works. And there, now I'm happy. I think that looks really good. So now we're all done with the Stamparatus. And put that away. So now when you close your card, you have that happy birthday right through the window, and it's all inked up and nice with the dark ink. So with this window piece, I'm going to bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to kind of go heavy because I want the frame to be, well, I don't want it to have saggy parts, I guess is the way to say it. So I'm going to add a lot of dimensionals on my frame here. I don't normally put that many dimensionals on there, but I think with this, you need to. The bad thing about a bunch of dimensionals, if you have to be patient to get all the paper off, the paper backings that is, and I see I have two more. There we go. And then we're going to just lay this down. Right on top of there. Yeah, and then a little bit of pressure. And there you go. So now there, to me, is a really cute card. Stampin' Up! Also sells the resin dots that match the Playful Patterns Designer Series paper. So if you wanted to just finish it there, you could add a couple little dots. But I'm going to bring in the balloon punch, and I'm going to use those scraps. This is the scrap of blue from the center of the card base. And this one is the Coastal Cabana from the center of the card. And then I have a scrap here of the Purple Posy. We'll punch a couple balloons out of that. And then we'll start adding dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the one of the big balloons. I don't think it matters which color. And I'm going to put adhesive on the smaller balloon here. So we'll put the smaller balloon, I believe, here this time. Change it up. Every card's going to be different with your little balloons. And the bigger balloon there. And then a dimensional on the little blue balloon here. And pop him up over there. And then on the inside, I'm going to take, I think, this cabana balloon here. All right, there we go. And put him here. And then just with my Coastal Cabana marker, I'll just take and draw him a little balloon string. And so then, there you go. There's your card. Now, look, I need to take that apart and put the center so it's centered on there. But you get the idea. So your card ends up looking like this. I couldn't get that one centered on camera. So then the last thing you want to do is take your envelope. And where did my envelope go? Well, oh, here we go. Is take an envelope and cover the back here with some adhesive. And now I'm going to cover a lot because it's going to go through the mail. And then take that strip of Designer Series paper. Line that up with your envelope. And then just with a piece of paper snips, trim away the edge there. Then you have a really cute card and envelope to match. So I hope you like what you saw today. If you ever want to buy a product, I'd love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have an online store where you can place orders to purchase all the products. If you place an order of $25 or more before the end of July, I'll send you a Stampin' Seal. This is Stampin' Up's new adhesive, and I think it's great, and I would love for everybody to try it. So with a $25 order, I'll send you a free Stampin' Seal, Stampin' Seal. Make sure you use this host code when you visit my online store. And then Stampin' Up! Has a promotion in July, and that's if you spend $50 before, I believe it's August 3rd, you'll get, before August 3rd, then you'll get a $5 coupon that you can spend after August, on August 4th through the end of August. So I really appreciate you watching. Here's another sample of another card I made along the same line. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you back here Friday at 11. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.